LDBC, this is your boy Coach Sheldon Harrison. You're live on the Coach Sheldon Harrison Combat Sports Show live. Okay, folks, so I just got done with a pre-fight interview, and I think that need to be a protocol for when, you're interviewing fighters. That's just me, but, and maybe in a video I can discuss why that should be, give some hints. But, I'm doing the pre-fight interview, and I have not laughed this hard in about 5 years. I mean, this fighter, homegirl, was crazy, but it was fun because, I enjoyed it. And the real interview, man, it's going to be fire. But, I was talking, and when I was ending the pre-fight interview, she was like, yeah, she said, Coach, I don't care what so-and-so said about you, man. You real down to earth. And, I thought she was joking because you know how people tell you, well, yeah, so-and-so, I don't care what he said about you. I still like you. And then, the person is joking with you. Well, she was serious. She said, no, Coach, I'm serious. So-and-so said, and in the future, look, don't tell a women's MMA nothing. Don't tell a women's MMA fighter nothing because they will tell it. They will break it down and tell everything. Like, homegirl ain't have no filter. She said, yeah, oh yeah, this dude over at so-and-so publication, he said this. And this dude that make these videos online, he said this. And, I'm thinking we all supposed to be in this thing together to try to help promote the sport of women's MMA, to try to, see some equality with these women. But, it's not like that. And I guess the coach is going to keep riding solo. He going to ride solo in this deal. That's just how it is, okay? But, I have to look at this and I'm like, it's crazy. It's crazy because she told me, she said, yeah, the guy told me not to interview with you. And, of course, I started putting my little spin on it. Oh, yeah. And here you go. I can hear the conversation now. Yeah. Yeah, don't interview with that coach guy. He's not professional enough. And his videos don't have any graphics. And, he's very controversial. Don't interview with him. You stick to interviewing with us, okay? Yeah, don't worry about that guy. That guy's and so he was telling all this stuff. And I'm like, first of all, this dude don't even know nothing about me, Don't know nothing about me, but that's fine. I start thinking, little old Coach Sheldon Harrison. My 3,000 subscriber channel. Little Coach Sheldon Harrison. Are you serious? I'm putting that kind of intimidation factor into these guys who are the professional journalists, so to say. Wow. How the hell you going to explain this? But you know what, though? I kind of looked at it and I said, I'm growing. Because 15 years ago, I would have said, let me see this dude. I will slap this out of him, PG-13 channel. But, I kind of took it and I was like, you know what? Yeah, that means I really am, I am going in the right direction. And, I looked at it, and now I started thinking, you know what? Whenever I get an interview, I get these filtered comments, and I know it's from trolls. But I think it's actually that same person with a ghost account trolling my channel. And people do that. But see, these trolls, they're not regular trolls. Like regular trolls, they cry about you talking about their favorite fighter. They whine and throw rants. See, them regular trolls. I know what they are. But no, see, these ain't just trolls. These people don't know really how to troll. They're too technical to be a troll. Asking me, well, you giving an interview. That's not a good interview protocol. Sound like you talking to your friend. And I've had somebody say that on several of my interviews. And so you know what I did? I said, well, okay, that's a hell of an interview. If I can get a fighter, and if you think that I'm talking to a friend that I'm interviewing, that's a hell of an interview. Because what would you tell your friends that you wouldn't tell an associate? You would tell your friends everything. You would tell your associates some things. It's called the art of conversation. And I don't care who I talk to. I got it mastered. Okay, I got the art of conversation mastered. Even some of the toughest people to get information out of and talk to, I can get them to talk. And I sat back and I looked at this guy's videos and I'm like, okay, so who is this? And I'm looking at it, his average interviews are 6 to 8 minutes, which that's okay because I've seen some really great interviews that are short. But the interviews, it's like, you know what? These interviews are short and I can get a fighter really to just talk. I can get them to talk. I say little to nothing, but I get them to talk. Because see, when the fighters interview with me, sir, they know that it's their agenda that I'm after. I'm not after my agenda. They got an agenda. And my interviews are all about the fighters. And see, they already pick up on that. See, it's called the art of conversation. That's why I can get them to go 20 minutes and I got to break this video down into like 2 parts. And, many other interviews, when the interview is over, they still want to feed me with information and just tell me stuff. It's because you set the person at ease. That's conversation 101 when you conversate with somebody you don't know. You would think they teach your dumb ass that in journalism school, but they didn't. Evidently, you failed that test. But it's called setting them at ease. It's called letting these fighters be themselves. And it's not I trick you, I trap you. And it's not being opportunistic, trying to put your agenda out there. Nah. And that's the problem. I see why your interviews are probably about 6 to 8 minutes, because you're talking about your agenda, not her agenda. Her agenda is to be heard. My agenda is to let her be heard. See, there's nothing complex about this interview thing. It's not that complex. It's actually a simple thing. But see, let me tell you something. See, you rather tell a fighter, don't interview with me. See, you rather tell them that somebody who's going to talk to me well longer than they'll talk to you. Well longer. They're going to talk to me longer. Because, see, when I ask the questions, they're going to mean something. And they can see that I really physically and mentally care about them being heard and them helping their careers. That's why. So go right ahead. You can sit back behind your computer. You can watch my videos. And I can even tell you that some of these guys watch, because I looked at a video and I'll be damned. Somebody even talking about, well, that's just the way that is. I'm like, are you serious? I mean, word for word, verbatim. Good grief. Little old Coach Shelton Harrison with his 3,000 subscriber channel. Little old me. You mean I'm a threat to you? See, you ever wonder why I can ride around in my car and shoot the shit with y'all? Because I've already done my homework. I've already researched these fighters. I've already done resume research. I look at fights. I look at 5 to 6 fights a day. I film study fights. I break down everything. I look at strategies. I look at who versus who. See, I've done the homework. So now I can just sit in here and I can talk to you because I was willing to go in there and put that work in. I look at these fighters' bios. I look at all kind of stuff, because you guys with all the potential, all the credentials and all the degrees, you got all this stuff, but you guys still ain't mastered the art of conversation. You haven't mastered that art of conversation, because if you did, you need to be in a position where you have to end the interview. And that's where I'm at. Usually I have to cut the interview off. I have to cut it off because the fighter, they're talking so much. They're giving me so much information. I have to cut it off because it's getting too long. The videos are getting astronomically big. But see, that's interviewing 101. They may didn't teach you that, but see, I learned that on the street. I learned that right on the street when I was coming up. And it's cool. You can tell whoever you want don't interview me. But guess what? Whoever don't interview me, 3 more will. And for every 3 that want to interview me, then there'll be 6 more that really want to. And every interview, just about every interview that I've ever given, just about every one, I can tell you right now, they've always said, listen, reach out to me. If you ever want me to interview with you, just, you ask and I will interview with you straight up. I'll just do it on the fly. I've had several fighters say that. I've had them say that because, it's about them. It's not about me. Don't nobody want to know nothing about no damn Coach Shelton Harrison. Nobody gives a damn about Coach. They want to know about the fighters. I want to know about the fighters because I care. I care about what they are and what they're going to become. I care about that. See, you guys, y'all don't. See, y'all lost that. Y'all don't have that skill set to really care about what they want. You care about what you want. You care about advancing your career. And who would think little Coach Shelton Harrison is a damn threat to you? Really? So for you to go and tell a fighter, don't interview with me, it's cool. That means that this channel is going in the right direction. That means. And that's fine. The fighters you say, they may not interview with me. They may not. That's okay. Because, see, the coach is going to keep growing no matter what you do or say. You can say don't interview with him. The coach is going to keep growing. The coach is going to hit 4,000 subs. Then he's going to get 5,000. Then he's going to get 10,000. And then he's going to go to 20,000. And then my name going to be out there everywhere. And I'm going to tell you something right now. And then the coach is going to grow off this YouTube thing and grow his own platform. And then these women's MMA fighters, all these fighters, they'll have a hub where their voice can be heard around the world. And that, my friends, is just the way that is. Go ahead. Keep doing what you do. Keep hating. But I keep doing what I do. I'm done.